Previously, we explored symmetric encryption and discovered its main challenge. How do you safely share the secret key? If someone intercepts the key during transmission, the entire system is compromised. This key distribution problem has long been a major hurdle in cryptography, especially as networks grew larger and more complex. So, how can we ensure secure communication without risking the exposure of our secret key? This is where a new approach comes into play, setting the stage for a more secure solution. Solve the key sharing problem. Cryptography introduced asymmetric encryption. Unlike symmetric encryption, which relies on a single shared key, asymmetric encryption uses two different keys. This innovation fundamentally changes how secure communication is established. With asymmetric encryption, you no longer need to worry about secretly exchanging a key with every person you want to communicate with. Instead, the system is designed so that one key can be shared openly, while the other remains private. Asymmetric encryption is built on the concept of two keys, a public key and a private key. The public key can be freely distributed to anyone, while the private key must always be kept secret. This separation is what makes asymmetric encryption so powerful. By using a pair of mathematically linked keys, we can ensure that only the intended recipient can decrypt a message, even if the public key is widely known. Let's see how this works in practice. Imagine Bob wants to receive an encrypted message from Alice. Bob generates a pair of keys, a public key and a private key. He shares his public key with anyone who wants to send him a message. The private key, however, never leaves his device. This setup allows anyone to send Bob a secure message, but only Bob can read it. Now Alice wants to send a message to Bob. She takes Bob's public key, which he has shared openly, and uses it to encrypt her message. For example, she might want to send the word hello. By encrypting the message with Bob's public key, Alice ensures that only Bob can decrypt and read it, even if someone else intercepts the message along the way. Alice sends her encrypted message over the internet to Bob. Even if an attacker intercepts the message, they won't be able to read it. That's because the message was encrypted with Bob's public key, and only the matching private key can decrypt it. The public key alone is useless for decryption, making this method highly secure for sending sensitive information. You might wonder, if the attacker also has Bob's public key, can't they decrypt the message? The answer is no. The magic of asymmetric encryption is that a message encrypted with the public key can only be decrypted with the private key. The public key is designed for encryption, not decryption. This means that even if the public key is widely available, your private communications remain safe. When Bob receives the encrypted message from Alice, he uses his private key to decrypt it. Only his private key can unlock the message, so Bob is the only person who can read what Alice sent. In this example, Bob decrypts the message and sees hello. The private key never leaves Bob's device, ensuring that only he has access to the original message. One of the biggest advantages of asymmetric encryption is that Alice and Bob never need to exchange a secret key beforehand. Only the public key is shared, while the private key remains secure on Bob's device. This approach completely solves the key distribution problem that made symmetric encryption difficult to scale securely. By using public and private keys, asymmetric encryption elegantly solves the key distribution problem. There's no need to find a secure way to share a secret key with every new contact. Instead, you can publish your public key for anyone to use, while your private key remains under your control. This makes secure communication much more practical, especially on the internet. However, asymmetric encryption isn't perfect. One major drawback is speed. Asymmetric algorithms like RSA use complex mathematical operations and very large numbers, making them much slower than symmetric algorithms like AES. Encrypting and decrypting large amounts of data with asymmetric encryption can be inefficient and time-consuming. Symmetric algorithms like AES are designed for speed. They use simple mathematical operations, allowing them to encrypt and decrypt data extremely quickly. This makes symmetric encryption ideal for protecting large amounts of information, such as streaming video or transferring files, where performance is critical. Because asymmetric encryption is slower, it's usually not used to encrypt entire conversations or files. Instead, it's mainly used for exchanging secret keys securely. For example, when you connect to a secure website using HTTPS, asymmetric encryption is used to exchange a secret AES key. Once both parties have the AES key, all further communication is encrypted using the much faster symmetric algorithm. In real-world applications like HTTPS, asymmetric encryption is used only at the beginning of a connection. It securely exchanges a secret key, and then symmetric encryption takes over for the rest of the communication. This hybrid approach combines the strengths of both methods, the security of asymmetric encryption and the speed of symmetric encryption. Now that you understand how public and private keys work together, you're ready to see how key exchange happens in practice. In the next video, we'll walk through the actual steps of exchanging keys securely, showing how both asymmetric and symmetric encryption are used together to protect your data online.